Hello everyone, how have you been? Welcome again to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you are very much welcome. My name is Damilola Oyetola and I'm a medical doctor. I film about faith, medicine and lifestyle. In today's video, I'll be debunking 6 health-related myths that Nigerians believe in and most of them actually live by. Please don't forget to watch this video to the end. Share this video with your friends and family. I need your likes for this video to be more visible. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. Thank you. So without wasting so much time, I'll just jump right into the video. The first myth I'll be sharing with you is that some people believe that the first child must be delivered to the mother's parents' home. According to the people that believe in this, they say that healthcare workers cannot give adequate care that the mother's parents would give to the newborn baby and the mother. That's the care that the grandparents will give to the new baby at birth, that healthcare workers are not capable of giving such amount of care. And also to them, it's coward women that give birth in hospitals. Actually, this belief is the reason why you see a lot of women die during childbirth, or their babies will not even survive. You will not be saying that the child is Abiko. If you are pregnant, the right thing for you to do is to sign up at the nearest hospital or any hospital that you think is good enough for you, and then go for your antenatal classes. That way you'll be prepared for labor. And then when you're in labor, please don't sit down at home. Don't say that you're an expert because you've had 5 children. Well, in this case, they said the first child is actually very dangerous and risky because a lot of things could happen during labor and after delivery that could even cause the loss of the life of the mother and the baby. So the wisest thing to do is not to go to your parents' house to deliver your baby. Go to the hospital. Doctors are there, nurses are there, healthcare workers are there to ensure that you deliver your baby safely and that you and your baby are well. The second myth I'll be sharing with you is that hospital treatment worsens cancer. A whole lot of people believe in this, and then they will resort to going to herbalists and using herbal concoction, which would even worsen the cancer, and then the cancer would now multiply and spread throughout the organ system, which will leave the person for dead. Now with cancer, you need to understand that early diagnosis would lead to good prognosis. That means that if you go to the hospital on time and the cancer is caught on time before it starts spreading to organs of your body, then the chances of having a good outcome is high. However, you need to know that cancer doesn't really have cure like that. And if you now go when it has spread to your organ system, so if the doctors open you up for surgery, it's going to seed. That means that it's going to keep spreading. Then there's nothing doctors can do to help you. So really, it's not like cancer gets worse because you go to the hospital. It's your time of presentation or the aggressiveness of the cancer that actually makes it worse. So please don't stay at home drinking about concussion and there are chemotherapy drugs that are available to be used to help in the management of your condition. The third thing is drinking garri causes eye problems. I believe this as a kid too, because people around me used to say, oh, if you drink garri, you will not see very well at night again. You need to understand that too much of everything is bad, not only garri. If you eat too much food, it's bad for you. If you drink too much water, it's bad for you. If you play Ludo too much, play games too much, it's equally bad for you. So you need to learn how to do things in moderation. Now to the garri issue. Garri is made from cassava and it actually contains high level of cyanide, which is a toxic acid. So when the garri is not well processed and it has a high level of that cyanide, which is toxic, then that is when it can affect your eyes. So so when you want to buy your garri, you want to buy a garri that is well processed, and also drink garri in moderation. The fourth thing is typhoid fever is as common as malaria. On a day-to-day basis, most doctors, especially if you work in family medicine or clinic, you see patients coming and telling you, doctor, typhoid, they should give you typhoid medications because they believe that they have typhoid. And I'm always like, if you have typhoid, you won't be walking into the door like that, trust me. So when Nigerians, when they have fever and they feel like their fever is not getting better, then the next thing is it's typhoid that they are very sure. You need to understand that in this part of the world where we are, malaria is more common than typhoid. So don't be jumping and wishing bad things upon yourself, because really you do not want to have typhoid. The reason why most Nigerians are always saying they have typhoid is because somebody has already scammed them with wider test. And that's why people will come and they will say that, doctor, money typhoid, I want to do wider test. But really the wider test is actually an obsolete test that people don't even use again. You hardly see hospitals that use that test, and that's because it has a higher chances of giving you a false positive result. So don't let anybody bamboozle you with wider test or that you have typhoid. If you actually have typhoid, the investigation that most health professionals will recommend is a blood culture and not wider tests. However, if you are in a rural place where there are no chances of having blood culture, then you can do a wider test. But then the message I'm trying to pass across is that not every fever is typhoid fever. And trust me, typhoid fever is not something that you want to have. The fifth thing I'm going to be sharing with you is that some people believe that you need to take antibiotics for a cold. Let's be honest, the rate at which people abuse antibiotics in Nigeria is alarmingly high. Even some so-called health professionals would also abuse them. Now, if you have common cold, that's you have running nose, you have cough, body pain and all, that doesn't mean antibiotics is like you are using hammer to kill an ant. Now, common cold is a viral infection and it is self-limiting, meaning that it will go on its own even if you don't use anything. And if you won't use anything at all, you can use something like maybe loratadine or piriton, and then painkillers like paracetamol or ibuprofen or diclofenac to help you with the pain. Apart from that, you do not need antibiotics for common cold or other conditions where you don't need antibiotics for Nigerians to come to the hospital and be saying that, doctor, write antibiotics for me, and if you don't write it, they try to think that you are incompetent because one chemist has prescribed in quotes for it, prescribed it for them before. In fact, some people would even be asking for augmentin. I'm like, Septrin, because of what? So like I was saying, the rate of antibiotic abuse in Nigeria is quite high. And when you take antibiotics when you don't need them, you're only inviting antibiotic resistance to come. So what this simply means is that you're going to create a condition where bacteria that are susceptible to common antibiotics would no longer be susceptible to them. That means the antibiotics is no longer going to work. And trust me, nobody wants to get to that level. So please, antibiotics is not water. It's not the magical solution to everything. So if you don't need it, don't use it. Like, why do people even like taking medications? Medications that have side effects. Like, have you heard of Steven Johnson syndrome before? Like, if you've been in contact with someone that has had it before, then you will run for your life. You will not be asking for Septrin every now and then. Please, let's desist from such habit. Now, the 16, I think that this is the most interesting of all of them, is that malt and milk will give you blood. A whole lot of people believe that malt and milk will go. I'm like, oh my god, malt and milk is not blood tonic. Drinking malt and milk can never increase your blood volume, your packed cell volume level in this world. In the next 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, it's not magic, it's not blood tonic, and it's never going to work. What drinking blood and milk will give you is excess calories and maybe some vitamins. Now, for anything to produce blood, it needs to contain iron, and that milk that people are relying on, it doesn't even contain iron at all. So how is it going to boost your red blood cells to produce more blood? How? Iron level in malt ranges between 0.11 to 0.28 milligram per deciliter, which is very little. It's not even significant. So it cannot produce your body with the iron that it needs to manufacture red blood cells, that kind of thing, you understand? So like I said, what malt and milk will do will increase your calories, then you become fat, obesity, and then maybe give you certain nutrients and vitamins, but otherwise it doesn't work to increase your blood volume. Now, if you are anemic, you need to listen to your doctor, based on what your doctor has said. If you just need to use tablets and foods that will increase your source of iron, or if you need blood transfusion, then listen. So instead of drinking blood and milk, I'll just tell you some things you could eat to boost your iron. So number one is green leafy vegetables. You want to eat organ meat, that's the new era of offals. Then you could also eat unripe plantains and beans. All right, this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. I'm sure you've learned something new. I'm going to share this video with your Nigerian friends and even non-Nigerians so that they will know some things that you people believe in. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Like this video, leave your comments in the comment section. Until next time, please stay safe and remain blessed.